So let me turn to Kelly O'Donnell, because essentially what this court is saying is, if you want to do this, that's fine, but you need to go to Congress. You can't try to do an end run and do it some backdoor way and override the power of Congress. The Constitution requires that Congress weigh in on a matter of such significance.
In some ways, Savannah, the court is concluding its term with a very clear message about executive authority. And this conservative court is not comfortable with a movement of executive authority, as you're describing, needing Congress to take these actions. In part of the opinion, it says to waive or modify does not mean completely rewrite, and that the precedent needs to be respected in that way. So the White House is commenting on this. As we talked about, there's a lot of political implications for President Biden, for Democrats and the administration here. And so what we've just learned from White House officials is, while we strongly disagree with the court, we prepared for this scenario, and the president will have more to say today. He has not had anything on his public schedule, so that's an indication that the president will be making comments. We saw him do that yesterday as well. The president will make clear that he's not done fighting yet. We saw that as well with affirmative action yesterday, and he will announce some actions to protect student loan borrowers. So this is a policy area where the White House is able to, again, try to scrub the regulations, to look for ways where they can take action that does not require Congress. That may, again, be subject to the courts down the line. And he'll be making it crystal clear to borrowers and their families that Republicans are responsible for denying them the relief that President Biden has been fighting to get them. That is a reference, of course, to they could have gone to Congress if they believed that that would have resulted in new legislation to provide this kind of student loan relief. And so when you look at what the court is saying, executive power has its limits. That's to be expected with a conservative supermajority court like this. The White House had said they believed it was within the law. The court views it differently. And so now this will have, again, sweeping ramifications for Americans who hold this kind of debt. The political discussion will certainly ramp up because of this. There are those on the conservative side who have felt all along that this action was unfair to those who never sought higher education, but as taxpayers would be shouldering the cost of this, or those who did get loans and paid them back as required by that loan contract. So there are strong feelings around this, and certainly the president and his team, we expect he's been being briefed as these opinions have been coming down. They've had time, certainly, to analyze what they thought the different options for the court would be. Certainly, now we will see what the president has to say and what steps come next after this very significant ruling.
Well, and to be clear, this affects up to 43 million borrowers. However, none of them have ever yet seen this debt relief, because almost as soon as announced, it was challenged in court and put on hold. If it had gone through, it would have been up to $400 billion in cost to give this debt relief.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.